I'll take that as a ready. Okay, so welcome back to now Implexus, A Whole Lot of Nothing, episode 7. We have got a special guest today. We'll do introductions in a minute. But first of all, 10 seconds from everyone. Ladies first.
So I didn't do anything.
You need to hold the thing to your fucking mouth, you spaz. What do you think a microphone works like?
I'm used to it being here.
Hold it towards the camera.
So I had a fairly eventless weekend. The only thing that I got excited about was when Nonso announced that he had 3 strikes and he was alleged, or he got an 18-month ban.
Yep.
So that kind of got
That
me.
made you happy?
No, it didn't make me happy. It
Excited.
Made me look, it made me look into a few things that I'd not looked into before, but I think we'll discuss that.
What?
Or maybe we can discuss
Your
it
first
now,
cycle?
if you want.
Yeah, let's discuss it now. Go on.
So, he made a statement on Instagram that he had been negligent with his communication with Adams, and he had missed his first email. Second time, it was a misspelling, I think. And then third time, they attempted to drug test him, but they couldn't get into his uni facility because it needed a key. So he had 3 strikes, and now he's got an 18-month ban. So I wanted to look into this a little bit more and find out what the situation was with Adams and how it got to this level where someone, as an elite lifter, missed 3 attempts to get drug tested. So first one was the email, which I think we can all possibly miss. If we're busy, we've got things going on, we don't check emails, we check phones, but notifications do usually come up on your phone. But if he's got them silenced, that can happen. Second one was a misspelling for an address. So I had a look into it just to see, because I think me as a coach, if I had anyone that relied on me for this information, I'd like to know, and I'd be able to help my lifter as well if they were in this situation. So this is how it's kind of come about. But yeah, a misspelling isn't just a spelling of, like, the word leggings is wrong, or
Wrong postcode.
or shorts is wrong. It's got to divert them to a whole different place. So there's a lot of kind of, we don't know the full story from Nonso, but I wanted to look at what it actually takes for them to give a strike, which is that it's got to divert them to a whole different place, and it's got to be misleading. So if it said Oxford Stret, they'd still find it, but if it was like Williams Road, then they wouldn't find it because it'd be in a totally different place. So yeah, that was interesting, I thought. And then also on the third count, I thought that if you were on a third strike, or the possibility of getting a third strike, you would make yourself available, because this is your dream. This is what you want to do ultimately. You fucked up twice, effectively, just by being negligent or making a mistake. Fair enough, these things happen. But yeah, third time you should be like, okay, I can't fuck up now. And you make yourself available. So to me, if your facility does not allow you in with a key, then you have to find a different facility in a different place for that hour slot that you dedicate, that you'll be available. I also looked into the drug officer who will come to your facility. They can't just turn up, not see you, and fuck off.
Yeah, she's gone full in and she's spending time. I'm not doing anything with my weekend.
Listen,
Wait a minute,
I've got
let
the
me just
spin.
spend fucking...
So you guys can chirp in whenever you want. You're just being really quiet. So
I'm not a hater. I don't have a hater.
So
Get on the road.
they've got to stay that hour.
Yeah.
They've also got to look to be trying to find you. So they will use the number that you've given on your sheet. They will try and email you or phone you or try and get into the facility that you've, deemed possible. But also you've got to take accountability as an athlete. If you know someone can't get into the facility, you need to make that available. So you need to speak to your university and say, I've got X, Y, and Z coming to test me. I need to be available. Can you make this happen? Or you go to your nearest maybe Starbucks and sit there for that hour. But I think if it was me and I was on my third strike, I could make myself available, however that would be. So, and I'm not saying he's right or such and such a body's wrong, but there are ways of going about things that he could have done that could have been better.
Isn't it quite easy as well? Like, say,
Oh,
you know,
that's a spoon!
it's quite easy to set this up, right? You've got someone down the road who regularly gets tested. It's not that hard, right, to set it all up.
It doesn't seem that way.
I just find it ironic that British powerlifting spoke about integrity a lot. So British powerlifting, and I'm going to caveat this with, I think British powerlifting is super important for the sport. I think it's a really important pathway into the sport. But it really pissed me off when they spoke about integrity of lifters. When there's two ways to look at this. Either the lifter themselves has cheated and avoided tests and there's been no integrity from their part. But if they haven't, you can't say if they have or not. If they haven't, I think British powerlifting have failed in their duty of care to that athlete to make sure they understand the protocols and everything that goes into the drug testing, that someone around that athlete should have said, look, this is serious, you need to make this a priority in your training, whatever it is, you need to make this a priority that you don't miss again until, I'm assuming there's a time limit. On that though, if the lifter has cheated, I personally don't think, I think powerlifting is one of those sports where you can compete, tested or untested.
Yeah.
You don't have to cheat. You don't have to cheat. So 18 months is not a big enough ban. As for me, if you get caught or you miss 3 tests, to me that's a lifetime ban. That's what I would not, if I'd gone out of my way to make sure I competed clean, I would not want to share a platform with someone that had an 18-month ban and I knew wasn't clean.
Or there was a suspect judgment around him, so it's like you're creating this like everyone's going to think, did he or didn't he? Like there's always going to be this air of like, oh,
Reputation will be tarnished. It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, there's an unknown about it, and we can't sit here and say someone has definitely done something, someone has definitely not done something. That's up for the lifter to them to be honest or to tell the actual truth of the matter. We can't be the judge and jury of that. But somewhere something's gone wrong in the whole process, that either British powerlifting or the lifter themselves have done something wrong somewhere, and it should be a cause for concern somewhere in British powerlifting. Like, why was this not picked up sooner? Because now we've lost one of our potential best hopes of doing well at Worlds.
Yeah, I agree, and it's one of them things. If you almost advertise the fact that I don't know if it's I suppose it is counting as failing a drugs test, but if you fail in inverted commas a drugs test and you only get an 18-month ban, like you're like, all right, okay, you can take these things lightly. Whereas if it was like a 4-year, like the Olympics, 4-year ban, 8-year ban, like whatever it is, people would take it a lot more seriously, and like these situations probably wouldn't happen. Because like 18 months is what it is. Ray Bowring did 2 years out of the IPF because of that Article 14, and now he's back.
Yeah, this is the thing. How is an Article 14 ban longer than a potential failed drugs test ban? Mm-hmm. That's the ridiculousness of the situation,
yeah.
And it's just not in line what the athletes actually. So Ray had to compete for his scholarship, so he's an athlete looking after his future and gets banned for 2 years. Whereas this is just negligence in some way, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't fall in line with any sort of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything, the federation have to learn from it. So it's like, if this happens and it's our biggest prospect of medals, it's like he's got a big influential following on social media. It's good for the sport.
Jen's getting cancelled after
Yeah.
Then
Stream
like
raps.
we do need to do more work to help our athletes out if they're not sure. There is education out there. Like, I as a coach have to do a WADA course. As an athlete, I've got to do a WADA course, so I do know what the steps are. But if he wasn't aware, then his coaches need to know. Federation needs to have somewhere where he can go, oh guys, this has happened, what do I do? And I don't know if there is that or not, so maybe this is a learning curve for everyone, for like how we run things in the future.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, moving on. Wiley, 10 seconds.
Went to the Hitman Fight League this Saturday, so we're just watching a lot of Muay Thai and K1. So that was really exciting. They brought a couple of these Cambodian kids over, and they were just tearing it up. Both of them did lose though, but they came in the first round, and they one of the fights. This kid was probably he looked about my height, fighting against some 6 foot Irish lad, and he just stormed him, split his head open, and he was just pissing with blood. And then the Irish lad came back to give him a body shot and just dropped him. Good comeback. So there's a lot of really good fights on there. Watched that, and then just super chilled on a Sunday because I didn't get home till 1:30. I'd been there from was there from 1:30 till didn't get home till 1:30. So it's just been long. So it's been really tired, trying to catch up on sleep. That's about it, really.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yeah. Muay Thai.
But
Muay Thai and K1.
have you seen that new rugby? I don't
Oh,
know.
that looks mint, that.
Where there's like two
Yes.
guys.
Run it straightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's like power slapping it. I find it really interesting because Jesus loves knockouts. You know what I mean? I just want to watch shit like that.
Fair.
Yeah.
For my 10 seconds, I walked around London. It was horrible. Like, I don't mind walking.
There's people. I hate it. There's people there.
No, I don't mind the walking. So like when we were going from like hotel to thing, whatever it was we were doing, I don't mind the walking from A to B.
You do lots of tube. You just got the tube.
Yeah, no, I do. We got the tube quite a bit, but it was also quite a nice day, so we wanted to like go out and walk. And like on the way there, it was like from hotel, there was like the Law Court, St Paul's Cathedral, something else, Camden, Covent Gardens. Sorry. So it was quite a nice walk along the way.
Must have worked up an appetite then, eh?
Oh yeah, but
4 plates.
Four.
4 plates. And all you can eat. Lol. Yeah.
Anyway,
The worst attempt at an all you can eat ever. Look at all this food I've eaten. Oh, some gummy bears.
I discovered that shopping is way more taxing than steps. Like on the Saturday, I did like 15,000 steps. Sunday I did like 15,000 steps. Monday I did like 8,000, but my legs were written off because I was just stood there. I was watching Megs like take things off a hanger, put it back on.
I refuse to go shopping.
I was ruined.
I refuse to do it. I'm not doing it.
Fair.
You just go with headphones on.
I still go.
By the end of it, when she was going in the makeup shops, I'd walk in and I'd look for the nearest, like, you know, the chair where
The
they get their
seat.
makeup done.
The boyfriend chair.
Yeah. Look for the nearest chair.
You
There it
look
is.
for something to
Go.
lean on, don't you? And you're like, fuck me, this is long.
Yeah.
It's like a cup chair, but in a shop.
Anyway, right. I'm going to take a quick pause. We'll sort some mics out, and then we'll talk about Mike.
We get more mics.
We getting more?
Yeah, that way. I'll have it that way.
No, now you've put it upside down, you spaz.
Takes control of the
Right
screen.
then. So, Mr. Mike Wigan Jones, introductions. Where are you from?
Where am I actually from? I'm from Essex. I was born in Essex, but then I grew up in Wigan.
Okay.
And then I moved to Leeds for uni and never left.
Favourite city?
Wigan.
In the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, Manchester's quite good, to be fair. Nottingham's quite nice. Nottingham's quite nice as well.
Okay.
I'd say Manchester though. Manchester, yeah.
What's the obsession with Wigan?
It's where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just where I need an Instagram name. Mike Jones was taken, so I was like, what else do I know?
Wigan.
Chuck that in.
And then the tattoo.
Oh, I got that when I was like 15. I was on holiday and got it done when I was like 15.
Lads.
Yeah. No, it weren't a lad. It was with my mum.
Oh.
So it was on like a family holiday.
Mum and son holiday.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this will be cool. This will be cool to go back to school with in September. See, I was in year 10. I got done in year 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You probably had a beard in year 10 though, right?
No, I didn't. I only had a beard. I got a beard at like 24.
It's pretty late that. Late for you guys.
Yeah.
I've only just started growing now. I'm 39 this year.
24. All of a sudden it just came for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
Some reason, I don't know why.
Okay, anyway, so, right, tell us, so you grew up in Wigan.
Yep.
What next? What did you do from, like, after school? What did you do? Went to uni?
So went to college, did the usual route through college, did A-levels, then went to uni, did sport development at uni. It's not really sport, it was like politics of sport and like grassroots to sort of professional sport pathways and stuff. Then I went back home, moved back home after uni, did some jobs like worked in a warehouse, which was shit, delivered for Tesco, which was shit, and then got into teaching. So I started teaching, left teaching, do lecturer, and then all throughout that though I've kind of done sport all throughout. So I played rugby when I was younger, to a decent level, and then kind of just fell in love with the training side of things more.
Okay, wait, pause. So, when did you start rugby?
I started when I was like really young. So I started playing, because in Wigan, like football isn't a thing. Like it is rugby town. So I started when I was about 5 or 6. But then I got a really bad sort of knee thing, like skin thing on the back of my knee, so I couldn't really run. So I started playing again when I was like 11. So 11 was when I really started, sort of year 7 time, started playing. Played till I was like 20-ish, at different sort of levels. And then just couldn't be arsed anymore. I kind of fell out of love with it, but carried on training and just kept training, and then needed something competitive to go into, so kind of fell into powerlifting. Yeah, that's where it kind of went.
What was your first powerlifting experience like? Did you jump into a powerlifting gym, or like
No.
how did you get into it?
So it's like you'll be able to chip, like, do you know the old bodybuilding, like rust and like. So we go in and it's like rusty old shit equipment.
Loads of like bald dudes that look like the God of War with the string vest.
And you kind of go in,
gold chains.
You kind of go in, I want to fucking beat you. Like, because you do kind of look up to these people, like they're fucking massive and they're shifting. Like they're benching like 140 and you think that's like the greatest thing in the world. I remember the first time I went to the gym with rugby, for some reason we put on 15 aside on bench and it just absolutely pinned me. It just pinned me.
Yeah.
But you go in like that and you like, I want to beat you, and then eventually you get there and then you just keep going. And I trained kind of like, just looked up programs on, like, I never got a coach straight away. I just kind of loved the trait. Like we'd do stuff like, me and my mates would go in and just like, you do 10 reps of bench, I'll do 9, you do 8, I'll do 7, and just like work down and pyramid and just kind of get a load of work in, like bicep curls, triceps. You only squat once a week because that's kind of like the shit one.
Well, Ziz didn't really squat, did he? He just did loads of upper body stuff, and we all loved Ziz. Yeah. Do you remember who Ziz is? Are you too young? Fucking, he doesn't know anything, this guy.
Bodybuilding miscellaneous forums,
like
bodybuilding.com.
And he was what made Gymshark quite big at the early doors.
Yeah, bodybuilding. He died in a sauna in Thailand.
Yeah, too much clean and too much alcohol and too much the old nose
He was
candy.
like the first influencer, like first fitness influencer.
Right.
So, but anyway, that was a sidetrack.
That's okay.
But yeah, started doing kind of stuff because like on the bodybuilding.com forum, there was like, you learnt about like Johnny Candito, who was like an old IPF lifter. Who was that other one?
Brandon?
No, Brett Gibbs. And you learnt about, and then Johnny Candito had like a 6-week strength program. I still swear by that. I think that is one of the best free programs available. I ran it 6 weeks, no break, 6 weeks, no break, 6 weeks, no break, because I knew I was prepping for a comp. So I was like, oh, I've just got to do whatever, just got to push into comp. And then my first comp was at the gym Eddie Hall used to train at in Stoke.
Strength Asylum?
Strength Asylum, yeah. So it was so ABPU didn't exist then. So this was before ABPU, it was BPU. But the gym I was training at, everyone squatted in knee wraps. So I was like, oh, squatting knee. They had deadlift bars. So I was like, I looked for a federation that had stuff I was familiar with. So ABPU didn't exist, so it was BPU. And I remember I won best lifter at my first comp. Like best junior lifter I won at my first comp. I think I squatted something like 230, benched around 160 and deadlifted 260. But the max I'd done in the gym, I did 240 for 3 in the gym.
Was that naked knees? Was that raw?
No, that was wraps. That was, yeah, but it was like really shitty sort of
bandagey, half
I think it was like the first generation of Strength Shop wraps. Like when Strength Shop first started bringing out knee wraps. So they didn't have any of the Odins or anything like that. It was just, so that was my route into powerlifting. And then from that comp I was hooked. So I just want to get better.
Yeah. Okay, so first comp, what did you total?
I can't remember. High sixes. I think I know it's more than Joe's total because I looked it up for just some ammunition if he ever comes at me with anything. I'm like, yeah, but my first comp is still better than your total now. So I've got it in my back pocket.
It was such a supportive
because everyone's
community.
against them though. Everyone's against Joe apparently.
So yeah, so it was in the 60s somewhere.
Yeah.
That was at 100 kilos. I tried to cut to 90 for that comp. So I was sitting at like 97.
Yeah.
And I was like, what made my first comp a really nice experience? Because I'd read Chris Duffin had put his weight cut protocol on a forum somewhere.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do that. And I thought it'd be a piece of piss. Thought this will be the easiest thing I've ever done. And I was in the sauna because we had a sauna in our house. So I was sat.
All right, Bruce Wayne.
I was,
Yeah.
I was sat in the sauna and I
Wayne.
got to like 91 kilos and I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. So I weighed in at like 92 kilos for my first comp. Yeah. So I did used to do massive cuts as well, but I kind of can't be asked anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, journey from first ever comp. What have you been doing since? So there's a few notable competitions that you've obviously been involved in. Let's go over
so
some bits.
First one was the Irish Pro. We did that together.
Irish Pro,
Yeah,
me and
head-to-head.
Wiley did together, yeah. So that was my first pro comp. I totaled 840 there. Under 100, I did 840. But it was a shit performance because I kind of only hit my opening deadlift. I only hit 2 squats, only hit 2 bench, but I still hit 840. I've got it, I've not shown you. I got my first kind of medal and t-shirt they give you framed from like my first pro comp.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite good. So it was Irish Pro, did Irish Pro.
You did the abs.
Did the abs in Scotland. Did an abs in Ireland.
Which one?
I beat the one with Thomas Darry.
Well, there was another one, wasn't there?
Oh no, that was. I'll come on to that because I was thinking about that the other day actually. So we'll come on to my knee, but so I'll save that. Yeah, did the Ireland one. Did Germany.
Germany's one we did both.
Fitness
both
classes.
I was meant to do. This is a good story. I was meant to do Pro Raw, so I got invited to Pro Raw in Melbourne.
Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
Flew out to Pro Raw. Was ready to go. On the plane over, COVID hit. So everything got shut down. So me and Laura were in Melbourne for we had like a weekend in Melbourne because we had to fly back because all the airports had started shutting and things. So we got like 4 days in Melbourne. So I was meant to do Pro Raw. So yeah, I've done a few comps. Pretty good. The best totals 902.
Germany, right?
In Germany. I think I've done 3 900 totals.
Nice. 100, 110.
110.
Okay.
110, and then I was going for, I was going to try and total like 818 sleeves under 100 at the WRPF Pro,
Right.
but my knee fucked me over, so.
Okay. So then here we go.
Yeah.
The knee. Basically, the reason you're here, the reason why you're interesting, is your knee
Bruce.
snaps.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I said I was thinking about that abs comp. So I got chucked into an abs comp last minute.
It was underneath the Clash.
It was the
Right.
abs
Last year.
So it was and we'd gone over to watch the Clash, and we were training the day before, and Jay just came up to me and was like, "There's a spot. Do you want it?"
Yep.
So I didn't have any kit. I had no kit, nothing. I borrowed kit, but then I got injured. So my first squat, I got injured. Like my hamstring, the top of my hamstring felt really tight. I couldn't lock out my squat at all, and I was like, you know what? There's no point.
You were struggling to wrap your knees. I've never seen you wrap your knees like slightly
So
crooked before.
I couldn't wrap
You're
my
used to
knees. I couldn't wrap my left knee. I was really struggling to wrap my knee, which I self-wrap all the time, and I usually don't struggle with it. So there's kind of something there, but I kind of came back in the gym after that. Was training really well. And then I'd done an off season, and I'd squatted. So I had a 5-second eccentric pause squat, and I did 275 to kind of end my off season. And then I went into prep, and then first squat session of prep, my quad just left the chat. Like my quad just went pop. And yeah, that's led
It happened really fucking quick, and I didn't even notice the pop inside.
Yeah, you can hear the pop on the video. The pop on the video is quite good.
You shaved half your head, didn't you?
Yeah, shaved half my head.
If you want to see the video, go head over to Mike Wigan Jones on it. Are you private still?
Yeah, you can just share it.
I'm just going to put it over
I
the
don't think
podcast.
if you're private, I can't share it.
I'll
You'll have to
send
send it to me.
you,
Send it to me
yeah.
and I'll share it. So yeah, we'll show the video. Owen dropped the bar, didn't he? Classic.
Yeah, but I'm the fastest hands at least, isn't it? So I'm always going to catch. I'm always there, you know.
The thing is, warming
Easy
up.
reactions.
So you were training a client. You were training with Amy, weren't you? A client.
Oh yeah.
And so I took all my warm ups. I took 260, like no spotters, nothing.
Yeah, easy that.
And the bar was moving quick. Everything was moving really nice. I don't know if you do it when you unrack a squat and you kind of go to yourself, got this. So
Yep.
I unwrapped my top set. I was meant to be a triple at 8. So I was taking 280 for a triple, went down really smooth, drove out the hole really smooth, and then my quad just...
You're 3/4 of the way up.
I was 3/4 of the way up and my quad just popped. It was painful, but looking back, I expected it to be worse. Like it was painful, but it was only painful for a few days, and then surgery.
Yeah. So talk us about the injury. What was the actual injury?
So I went to the surgeon. So I knew it was bad when I went to A&E, and they kind of just flew me through A&E, and they were like, "Put me in a bed, don't move, like don't move." That's enough. Do you know Leeds A&E? You can't just walk in the door.
Why not?
You've got to kind of walk round because they're doing building work. You've got to kind of snake your way around. So all I had was the broomstick from the gym. I didn't have crutches or anything, and I was having to hobble all the way. The door's there, and I had to go around all the house. But anyway, they put me in a wheelchair. Then they put me in a bed, and they were like, "Yeah, this is pretty serious." Got me in with a surgeon. Consultation the next day, and he was prodding around, trying to get me. And it was weird because I just couldn't lift my foot. So when my foot was out, my leg was out straight, usually you can just lift it up.
Yep.
I couldn't lift it up. And he was like, "What's stopping you lifting it up?" I was like, "I'm trying really hard to lift it up. It's not pain. The pain had gone by that point. There wasn't any pain." And he was like, "Yeah, you need an ultrasound for this." So I went for an ultrasound. The ultrasound people said, "Yeah, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it." And then the next day I got a call from the surgeon saying, "I've just reviewed your ultrasound. You need to come in for surgery like this Sunday." It's like 2 days later.
That's rapid, that.
So it took about 9 days from doing it, going through all the process, getting the surgery.
That's quick, that.
NHS, all NHS. To be fair, apart from the ultrasound people who were shit, the rest of the whole process was really easy. Even the recovery, so like the physio, the strength and conditioning. I got strength and conditioning on Friday. Has been really good. So it was 9 days, and then for about a week, 10 days after surgery, it was the most painful experience of my life.
Yep.
It was horrendous. I was just on drugs. Like they'd left. I don't think I've got a picture of it. Do you know like the old Toys R Us bags?
Yeah.
Fucking massive bags from
Just loads of drugs.
Just loads of drugs. Yeah. So they gave me what are they called? Oromorph, morphine,
Right.
some other strong painkiller. They gave me blood thinners. They gave me some pots to piss in because I couldn't walk upstairs. Laxatives because I was on Oromorph. So I was, for about 10 days, I was just wiped out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair. So surgery, what did they do for the surgery? Just like a straight reattachment?
So
Like-
yeah, it was my lateral outside. Lateral. It was my lateral quad, complete rupture.
Right.
So it completely wet. They thought it was a grade 2 at first. The surgeon thought it was a grade 2 and kind of umming and ahhing over surgery. But then he was like, it's usually worse when you go in. And when they opened me up, it was complete rupture. So from my understanding, they've just anchored it they've just drilled into my knee and anchored the tendon back into my knee.
Okay. So when you say complete rupture, was it a muscle belly rupture or a tendon rupture?
So it's tendon rupture.
Okay.
So that's the weird thing as well. There was no bruise. Did you see it afterwards?
It was just swollen, but it wasn't bruised.
It was a little bit of swelling, not massive, and no bruising whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then when I was waiting for the surgery, I was like, I think I've got away with this because there was no pain, and it was just I couldn't lift my foot in certain positions.
Yeah.
That was kind of the only clue. So yeah, they've drilled in. So when I left hospital, I was under the fracture clinic because they've drilled into my bone. I was under the surgeon, and I was under another team as well. I had to go to appointments like quite a lot.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So yeah, the no bruising sort of makes sense because if it was tendon, there's not any real blood flow there, so you're not going to get like internal bleeding. So yeah, fair. Okay. Right, you've had 9 days later. You've had surgery. Recovery. What you doing? You're in a knee brace.
So you're in a knee brace. It's locked out. You can't take it off, so you have to sleep in it. Shit. They tell you to try and walk around as much as possible.
Yep.
So Laura's at work. So the first day after surgery, I was like, she dumped me on the couch essentially, and left me with food and water next to me. She left me with food and water next to me, and was like, "Will you be okay?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." I was having to like piss into a pot and then tip it into the sink because I couldn't walk upstairs.
Just loads of plastic bottles like the Amazon driver.
I was having to. Luckily, I couldn't have a shit because of the Oromorph, so I didn't have a shit for 9 days.
Shit into a cup, can you imagine that?
So, and then it was just slowly just trying to walk on it. So I tried to go too fast too soon. I tried to walk to the end of the gravel day 2. So like we live on a gravel drive, it's about 20 meters.
Yeah.
I tried to walk to the end, and by the I was knackered, couldn't do it. So yeah, just slowly building up. But your knees locked out, so you don't realise how difficult you can't sit on a couch properly because your legs up in the air, you can't do anything like that. My mum was up, so when Laura's at work, my mum came up to help because I couldn't dress myself. You can't bend down to put shorts on. So I had to sit on the edge of the bed, because I sleep naked anyway. So I had to sit on the edge of the bed. And I was like, "Mum, can you come upstairs and help me put my shorts on?" Because I couldn't put shorts on because I couldn't get to my foot. I was having to get hosed down outside in the garden. So when I had a shower like every 3 days, and I'd tape bin bags round my thing, and then she'd just spray the hose down, hose me down in the garden. So yeah, it was shit for a few weeks. It was shit.
Yeah.
Did you start coming to the gym though? You still came to the gym?
Yeah, I still came to the gym. I came in and just did upper. So I just tried to do as much as possible.
Yep.
Tried to do as much as possible until you can slowly release the brace. And this is what I think people get confused with. Like, there's a difference between uncomfortable and painful.
Mm-hmm.
It was really uncomfortable trying to get range back in my knee. But you just kind of got to do it. You just kind of got to just push through it and just do it. And I think some people give up too easily when they're injured. They're like, "Oh, you just push through it and do it." Because
don't be a pussy.
Yeah, don't be a pussy. Like 5 months after, I deadlifted 300 the other day, paused, and that was only 5 months after surgery. I'm going to try and squat like 210 today,
Nice.
just to push it on a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll move on to now is I don't want to talk like actual recovery because I don't want someone to do this, listen to this and then be like, oh, these are the steps to get a 210 squat again. I don't want that to happen.
No.
However,
don't copy what I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Bad ideas. No, but what I do want to do, I want to talk about the mental aspect behind it. So let's talk like injury has happened. Mentally, what are you going through? So like you're sat on your bum over there, I'm on the phone to your wife being like, well, no, I didn't even get through to your wife. I was like, throw to the school. Yeah. Please, your husband is on the floor.
Your husband's hurt himself at work.
He's broke my fucking Alico. He owes me. He fucked my Alico.
So yeah, right. So you're on the floor over there. What's going through your head?
At that point, I was like, just deal with it. Just deal with it here and now. Go to A&E. At that point, I didn't really care. I was like, I'm not competing. I'm done. I think one of the hardest things was I'd got an invite to this Germany comp that Wiley's doing. And there was like 15 people in, and my dots was dead last. But I didn't care because the comp was massive. I think that was the biggest disappointment. I think another really hard thing is people try and be helpful and say, oh, you'll come back really quick. Don't worry about it. You'll come back stronger. And I know they're trying to be helpful, but it's added pressure to kind of people you've never spoken to who just follow you on Instagram go, oh, I hope you're okay. You'll come back really strong, you'll come back stronger, you'll come back really quick. And it's kind of like, I didn't need that pressure at that time. Like it's been really hard for me to just take a step back and go, you know what? I may never get back to where I was. And there's a lot of ego involved as well. There is a lot of sort of, you've built yourself up to be like, not to be big-headed, but you're quite good at doing what you do. Mm-hmm. And it's the ego of, well, I'm not there anymore. Yep. And it's always it's kind of fighting that disappointment, like I'm not there, and I might never be there. It's fighting against that. It was really hard. Did I watch you at a comp? No, it was the WRPF Pro. Right. I watched the WRPF Pro on because Laura competed at the novice, and then I watched the Pro on YouTube the day after. And I think that's when it hit me, like, you may never be on those platforms again. And that is difficult. That's really difficult to come to terms with. But yeah, it's just slowly chipping away at it is kind of the plan. That's all I can really do. Yep. You also get lots of advice on, oh, take BPC, take this, take that. And it's like, what's the point? What's the point in trying to rush through a recovery? Like, my body will be ready when my body's ready to do stuff, and it's just taking your time to step away from it and go, like, just take your time. There's no pressure on. At the end of the day, it's powerlifting. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. Not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So stepping under a bar again. So how long after you did it did you step under a bar again?
As soon as my brace was off, that's when I started trying to squat again. Yep. And it started with just body weight to boxes, single leg. I've not had that fear yet. Mm-hmm. So I've worked up to was it 200 I did on the I worked up to 200 on a straight bar because I was getting Wiley and Jen to call my depth, because depth has been really hard to gauge again. And I've not had the fear yet. But I reckon it'll come around 280-ish. If I ever get back to 280 when I did it. Or 240, yeah.
Go for 241. 239.
My back off. My back
Your back offs at 240, wasn't it?
240 that day.
I'm telling you, man, it's 240.
So my back offs were meant to be 240 that day. Yeah. That I did it. Then 240's cursed, obviously.
Have we ever spoken about the curse? I don't know if we have.
Maybe in the first episode. I don't know.
240 has fucked up a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's fucked me up
fucked
twice.
Your back, right?
Yeah.
It's fucked me up twice.
Belt squat, because you did 240 for
I did 240 for some speed reps on squat.
Yeah.
And then I went and did some belt squat afterwards. And I was in the middle of a cut because I was going to America. And I was like, I'm going to get shredded for America. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll load 400 on the belt squat. And as I went down, my right quad just unzipped. Yeah. And I was stuck at the bottom of the belt squat. I was like, help.
Is that when you had
to run over and help?
Because Laura Jones said, I know you're with your client, but could you just come over and help Mike out of the belt squat? I said, what do you mean, help him out of the belt squat? He's on the floor. I was like, oh, so it's quite serious then.
You couldn't be on the floor. You couldn't be on the floor because I was stuck in the belt squat. So my quad was screaming at me. But that was after 240
That's
as well.
2.
Yeah.
Joe got folded in half by 240 because he was
And
supposed to do a double.
We told Ant to go up to 240.
He got folded in half. Lee did that as well because
Lee-
we egged him on to go on, do 240, 240.
Yeah.
He could have done it, to be fair, and he just got folded in half. And then who else? There's loads of other people.
Chris's back fucked up.
Yeah, I got ruined on 240.
It's a fair few people.
Yeah, so yeah, now
You
everyone's
just don't
avoids
go, innit?
240. So,
Yeah, you got to load 241.
so
241.
that's why on the mono, it says the curse of 240 on the mono,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So there's a lot of stuff on that mono, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Don't
people
touch my fucking
people
mono.
kept fucking it up. That's why.
Saw a guy doing some kills in there one time.
Fucking Ant dropped a bench press over. Ant fucked it up by
Well,
dropping.
you nearly died.
I
Because
nearly
you were doing
died.
incline Swiss bar press and you made me do the mono for you. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
went
we
to put it
thought
back.
it'd be funny to do.
But you went to put it back, you missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right. So you've not got the fear yet. How is like squatting mentally then? Like, is there
It's-
anything that's going through your head? Like, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking like, I've got to load legs equally?
Just load equally, yeah. And it's really hard to know where I am because you squat so often and you get used to what it feels like. You get used to that pressure like around your joints. When you're at depth, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Whereas now I get that feeling way higher because I'm still looking for range through my leg.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of belt squat at the minute to try and essentially ram myself into the position that I need to be in a squat.
Yep.
You just like, I think people are too gentle with injuries sometimes. You just got to force your body to do it. Like it doesn't want to do it but the more you do it, the more you get into that range, the more comfortable your body is in that range, and yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, but it's more my shoulders under a squat. My
Yeah.
shoulders are fucked.
So you're 5 months. You've said you want to get 3. Well, you did 300 deadlift.
I'm going to pull 320 paused.
Yeah.
320 to 330 paused. I'm going to squat before we go to not Australia, Germany. I want to squat like 220, 230 range.
Yep.
Bench is bench. So I want to get there's a comp in August for the WRPF.
Mm-hmm.
710 is the qualifying total for Brits.
Right.
Brits is Leeds, December.
Yeah.
So if I can get back there, that'll be a.
Okay. So 710 is the goal for.
710 is the
December.
qualifying total in wraps.
Yeah.
But I'm going to compete in sleeves because I don't think I'm ready for wraps yet.
Yep.
I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm there yet. But I'll do Brits in wraps.
Okay.
But yeah, I think what caused it was just like speaking to a lot of people. Tendons take a long time to recover, and coming off that block of slow eccentric, paused, my tendons have been under a lot of strain. I'd also started comp prep, so numbers were pushing up fast, and I just don't think it was recovered. And I think there's something generally wrong with this leg because I couldn't wrap my knees properly and things. So I think it's all sort of in like
Yeah.
tied
Quads
together.
are taking a little bit more compensation.
Tied together somehow, yeah. So yeah, it's kind of just came to a head with but I think I got away with it.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
I could have not caught it.
Could have
then you
died.
fucked.
Could
Could have died. I nearly
Yeah.
killed myself.
Yeah,
with a
you did
safety bar.
almost kill yourself on a safety bar.
Yeah. See, this is what powerlifting is, though. If you've not almost killed yourself, then
Yeah.
you've not really pushed, have you?
Yeah, I won't lie. That was probably the closest I've seen to someone like actually dying in front of my eyes.
And Sam Ridder stood watching me. Like, didn't help at all.
I was out back. I'm pretty sure I was out back, and I just watched it through the window. And basically, Mike was doing Hatfield safety bar squats in the old rig that we used to have on the wall. And he had a bar. He was holding his hands onto a bar in front of him, like bike handles, basically. And he had a safety bar on. And then what was it, like 280?
280 for 8 I was going for.
So he had 280 on this safety bar, and he was like halfway up of the squat, and he started to tip forward, and he was like, oh, shit, I can't do this.
It was the last rep as well.
A safety
And I knew
bar.
on rep 7 I didn't have it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to to do this.
Yeah.
Bring the dog out.
Yeah.
A safety bar, you can't bail backwards, really. You can't. You can bail forwards, but when you did try to bail forwards, the bar was in front of you. So the bar was just getting closer and closer to Mike's forehead as the safety bar was ramming him into the ground. And I thought you were going to get your head crushed by 280 kilos.
move quick then though. I did move quick though, didn't I? Like I'm not
Jumped it faster than last time.
I'm not a small guy, and I managed to escape fast. Yeah, I got out quick. Like my life flashed before my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you know where after you just laugh afterwards, like, nearly killed myself there.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun one, that. But anyway, so there are your like goals coming up. So that's 7, 10-ish by December.
No, by August.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I can do 800 in December again.
Nice. Yeah.
I think I can do 800.
Yeah.
Under 100. That's the goal. I really wanted 910. I really wanted 9. I think I've said to you before. I think my one disappointment in powerlifting is not being able to hit 910 because that's a nice 2,000 total.
Yeah.
And that would have been really nice. And I always said if I hit 900, I'd be done.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't done. I was like, I'll just keep going. But I know the amount of work it would take to push beyond 910.
Yeah.
Because I did, like, I pushed a lot. I pushed the needle to get to 900. Like, I was getting to like my limit, I think. Like injuries, age, all that sort of stuff. So to go any further would have been. So this just kind of just stopped it for me.
Still got more though. What? You're 34.
33.
She's 39.
Yeah. 60.
25.
100. Fossil.
So
In 84 years.
Is that Rose of Titanic?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
right, so
She was the worst as well. Like she was like throwing that there's all those people looking for this diamond on the Titanic, and all along she has it in her pocket, and then just goes, "Fuck it, I'll throw it overboard." They've spent millions looking, like clearly they've spent millions of pounds or dollars, whatever it is, searching for the Titanic and this lost diamond, and Rose has it in her pocket all the time. He doesn't know what we're on about.
He's not watched, has he?
It was inside out.
Pay me
No.
like one of your French girls.
Rose has it in her pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
anyway, what do you think has been your biggest, not secret, but like the thing that's helped you most
sauce
getting
were you
back
on?
like into the gym?
Back into the gym, just you say the tism.
Oh no, I said the sauce.
It's just become routine. I think a lot of people, it's really easy to make excuses not to come to the gym.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking the easiest thing in the world to just sit at home and not come to the gym. So, oh, I've hurt my hand, I've hurt whatever, and not come. You just kind of just got to suck it up and do it. That's the only, like, people are always looking for the best program. They're looking for the best whatever. And at the end of the day, it all comes, any program will work if you buy into it and just stick to it and give it everything. Anything will just, you've got to be consistent with stuff, and that's the biggest thing. Like you're not gonna be good at this sport in 2 years. You might be if you're an absolute genetic freak and phenom, then you might be good at this sport in 2 years. But like, I can only speak for myself. I'm not like a genetic freak. Like I've just had very consistent progress for a very, very long time.
Just like doing the same shit over
It's
and
the same
over
shit
again.
over and over and over again.
Eating the same shit over and over again.
It is the same. I know. Powerlifting is an incredibly boring sport.
It's just do the same stuff. And like Tom, my previous coach, I wouldn't even do accessories. I'd just be set my main lit. I remember 1 week in a comp prep, I had 1 rep of squats, 2 reps of bench, and 1 rep of deadlift, and that was my entire week. And
Fucking hell.
I couldn't go back to that style of training again.
Yeah.
But I also can't knock it because it got me my first 900 total.
Yep.
But it battered me to get there. But at the same time, I got there. So you just got to come in. You just got to come in and do it and show up, turn up, time and time again, and just want to get better. Like there's no point coming in not wanting to get better. Like, and that links back to the first time I stepped foot in a gym was you want to beat the big guys. You want to beat the guys that are there. Like you're just
in their respect sometimes.
yeah, you're just a young kid. And you want to earn the respect.
And like get that sort of the odds
Nod,
when they look
yeah.
over that nod, or be like, "Do you want one of those brown protein drinks?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
they
the
were
bottle.
super tasty. You
Oh,
probably don't know.
The
You don't know, do you?
The nourishment. The nourishment.
Yeah,
shakes.
those protein drinks. The ones that's just like 100 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a medicine bottle, really fat in your
But I
hand.
think as well, it's like it is just that nod, that.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
I'm a big dog now.
And like when we're training together, it'll just be to each other. Like if I see him squat and it's good, you'll just go, yeah, it's good that. You don't need anything extra. Like I think
Joe looks over. just turn your back.
Shake your head.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, what do you think? What would your advice be? So someone that has had like a serious injury, potentially surgery, advice just in general, like not necessarily to get back to where they were before, as you said, like
just
that may never happen.
listen to your doctors for the main one. Don't ignore them like I did, but listen to your doctors. Listen to the advice around you, and also just take the pressure off yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, being able to walk up and down stairs is more important than being able to step under a squat bar again.
It's taking that for granted, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's get back to doing the, because it's taken me a while to.
You were driving, wasn't it? Like you didn't drive. How long was it?
Couldn't drive, couldn't do anything. But even coming in the gym, I was just. Some days I'd come in the gym and do one thing, but at least I did one. In my head, I was like, at least you've done one thing.
Come and take a shit. Go
At
home.
least you've come. At least you've. Because before I even started training back in the gym, I came down
Just hang out, didn't you?
just to hang out,
Yeah.
to get me back in the gym, to get me back in the environment. And if that's what people want, if people want to get back, you've just got to get back in as soon as possible. And just listen to your doctors. Do all your rehab work that you get. So I was just doing. What did she set me first? It was just foam roller under my knee, and literally for the first 3 weeks, all I was allowed to do was foam roller under my knee and extend full extension.
Yep.
That was for 3 weeks all I was allowed to do. But I did it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure I did it every day. And then when I went back to physio, she was like, "Oh, you've made better progress than I expected." So that's when you can accelerate. Whereas if it was just, and it was hard, and it was like glute work. You had to lie on your side and do like glute work on your side, and just being able to balance on one foot. That's where it started. But that lays the foundation for a lot of the stuff later on.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people just go, "Oh, it's useless. I'll go in and do I'll go in and do leg extensions with weights." It's like, why? What's the point? You can't extend your knee yet. I think have you read that research that leg extension, the ability to, after an injury, a knee injury, an athlete's ability to extend fully is linked to their ability to get back to full performance.
Right.
So so it's not about like sort of leg strength. It's about their ability to extend fully.
Yep.
Has a bigger impact on getting back to full performance. So I saw it online somewhere. So
Yeah. Fair. I mean, it makes sense being able to access the full range of your body where you should be, because like if you're landing or whatever and you're not being able to like fully extend your leg, you're just gonna land all janky if like one's extended, one's not. Anyway, that's a tangent. You want the spoon?
Did you feel, so obviously I've had knee injuries and things that happen to me that stop me from doing the sport for a little while, but did you feel like it makes you miss it? So you've got that, I can't do what I did before, but I want to do what I did before. You know, that feeling of like. It's
going back up through the to get to the pro level comps, you have to go through the ranks of like, you do your qualifiers, you do your Brits, then you start getting noticed with your dots and stuff, and then it's like, oh, you get invites. So it's kind of like, no, it's just, well, go back and do a qualifier, and that's hard, because that's where the ego comes in. Like, I'm only not winning this because I'm injured, and it's having to go and step away from that ego and say, doesn't matter, like that. You're still in competition. This is your level of competition now, and it's trying to. Once I've reframed that, it's like, okay, there's a qualifier. Let's go for the qualifier. Let's go for Brits. Like, I used to be able to compete there. I can't anymore. No. So let's go through the ranks again, because it was exciting going up.
Goalpost change.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah. But then also, Like for me, it was, I realised how much I like training
Yeah.
because then it's
yeah.
like I can't do what I used to do before.
2 weeks at home was the worst.
Yeah.
Was the worst because you run out of TV to watch. You run out of. You just sat on the couch for 2 weeks, just like.
It's like lockdown again, though, right?
It's fucking hot. It's worse. It was worse. It was worse than
I suppose you're
lockdown.
at home on your own, wasn't it? Whereas everyone else was like fucking out.
Yeah, and it's like people. I get it. People try and help you. It's like someone was like, "Do you want any food?" It's like, "No, I'm okay. I'll do this." And then you go out on the street and it's like, "I'll do this." Oh, did I tell you about that when I fell over on the ice?
No.
Yeah.
So I was after I'd come. It was so my brace was off and I'd been training for a while. I was walking the dog and it was really icy, and my knee just buckled underneath me, and I thought I'd re-injured myself, but I was lying on the pavement like, do you like Peter Griffin? And then on the other side of the road, these two people just walked past. Cars were driving past me, didn't stop. The dog was jumping on me, like, and then people not one person asked, "Oh, you okay? Do you need a hand?" So I was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, the 2 weeks at home was the worst. It was bad.
Yeah.
Well, hospital was bad. I hated being in hospital as well.
Yeah, the lack of food as well, though, innit? You were starving.
Fuck. I told you about it when they didn't give me painkillers. So I woke up at like 3 a.m, agony. Buzzed the little buzzer. Can I have some painkillers, please? Yeah, we'll bring some. And I was lied there till about 5, 6 a.m, and I had to ask again for painkillers, and I was having to breathe through the pain. It was that bad. I also asked for food after surgery because they didn't give me food because it was still nil by mouth behind my bed. So when they came round giving like food and coffee out, they didn't give me any.
Yeah.
Because I was nil by mouth. And the next time I was like, ignore that. I've had my surgery. Can I have something, please? But yeah, apart from that, it's always been okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of gotta. It is what it is. Deal with it.
Play the hand you dealt.
Play the hand you dealt, yeah. And also don't be a pussy with it.
Yeah, fair.
Not the patience, though, do they? They want to just climb straight back in,
Yeah.
expecting faster results.
I just don't want to learn anything else at this point. I've started learning barbecuing, so I don't want to become a beginner again.
Yeah.
Because I've spent too much. I'm too invested in this now to not do it anymore.
I said that the other day, and it was just like, if I stop this, what am I going to do?
What am I going
was
to do? Yeah.
I could start something, but I can't guarantee I get to the same level as what I am here in another sport.
That's why I got loads of dogs.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Anyway, anything to add?
No, I've got a client in 5 minutes.
Fair enough. All right, well, we'll wrap up. Any closing thoughts? Anyone? Done.
Fuck the IPF. That's mine.
Anyway. Anyway.
Have to do some editing. No, I'm joking. Well, yeah. Thank you very much for watching.
Jen? What's your fault?
Jen proper bitches about British powerlifting all the time. And then on the podcast, she's like the nicest person ever.
You can't
But
out me.
in the gym, she bitches about British powerlifting so much.
Anyway.
Raps next comp, yeah?
Right then. So, thank you for watching. This has been the Mike Wigan Jones episode. We hope you've learned something. He won't be back here again.
Who's on next, Joe?
Nah, he's well boring.
I heard he's
He
coming
just
here
say,
to
"Oh,
give dating.
I went to Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever."
He's
and
giving
that's
dating
it.
advice on the next one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How to balance powerlifting.
Yeah, balance powerlifting with dating
Yeah.
life, or maxing out Hinge, Tinder, Field, Bumble,
I don't even know what half
Facebook
these
dating, Plenty of Fish,
Oh,
Is
what
that
were we gonna- what were we
marketplace?
gonna ask-
eHarmony.
What were we gonna
No, you have to
ask
pay
him?
for that. He won't pay for that. He's trying to buy a house.
What were we going to ask him that we were like, Chris doesn't have a clue about this? We were talking about it yesterday. We were like, will Chris know this?
Euro trash.
No.
No, he don't know Euro trash.
It was a film.
Yeah, it was a film.
Something sexy. Something rude.
Oh. It was a film, and we were like, Chris won't have a clue what this is.
Oh, fuck.
Was it Megamind?
No, it was something later. It was something like in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Robocop? No, it wasn't
No, I
Robocop.
can't remember.
But all of those we've mentioned, I don't think
He
you've
won't
seen.
know.
The only reason I know RoboCop is because you and Joe were trying to get Finn to do the RoboCop the other day. The haircut.
Yeah. Finn still thinks he can eat 80 chicken nuggets in 40 minutes.
That's a podcast episode right there.
Yeah.
Here's-
Watching him
It should be them two
Watch
head to head.
head.
User has to do a Tabasco enema or the Robocop.
Or the hot chip challenge.
Yeah, and they're going to touch their eyes afterwards.
That would be
Anyway,
a good. I'd
this
watch
is-
that, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
This is going swiftly downhill.
I heard you commentating.
Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.